All right, Capricorn, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for December 11th to the 17th of 2017, and this video is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below. We're using the actual size of the constellations, which does change the signs from mainstream astrology. You do want to make sure you, in fact, do have your sun, moon, or ascendant in Sidereal Capricorn. All right, so Capricorn, this week we have some new beginnings. Next week, so very early Monday of next week, very powerful new beginning. It will be a new moon conjunct the Galactic Center, forming some other important aspects, conjunct Venus and Saturn, trining Uranus. But the point here is that this week we are gearing up for this new beginning. And so this is going to be involving your 11th house, which is the house of friends, of groups, of community, and also of your future aspirations, all of your hopes and wishes for the future. So this is transformational in the sense that there is going to be a part of us that is dying or ending with this new cycle, and a new part of us being born out of these ashes, right? This is like the phoenix rising out of the ashes. And so there's this metamorphosis happening with this new moon that's then leading us into a much freer self, a transformed, much more empowered self, which for you is happening in this area of the future. Both your progressive side with friends, community, perhaps if it's social, if not more internally with your hopes and wishes for the future, feeling empowered there. So let's look at this a bit more in detail and sort of what's leading up to it this week. All right, Capricorn, so here's your chart for the week. Here is the 11th house, which has all of these planets in it at this time, and where the new beginnings will be. So yes, new beginnings, this metamorphosis happening with this area of your chart that's very important to you, right? Wherever the Galactic Center is, it shows where there is that strong attachment. And there's that importance there. So as we are really becoming more aware of the importance of being non-attached, of shedding the attachment, because the attachment is really coming from the ego, and deep down is coming from fear of not having the area or it not being a certain way or whatever. So it's this void energy, this constant wanting to pursue this area because it's important to us, but never fully being fulfilled in that sense. So once we completely accept the loss of the area or not having it or the fear associated with it, that's when the rebirth takes place. And that's what's happening here involving this community area and also area having to do with your future aspirations. So this weekend, as we approach this new moon, it will be good to listen. It will be good to get in touch with our inner guidance because, of course, transformation happens within first. And that's what this weekend is about, is the ending of this current cycle, gearing up for the new beginnings, which will be more so next week. So let's look at this week in terms of how things are leading up to it, most of which is involving Mercury retrograde in that house. Mercury is going to go over the sun Tuesday, Wednesday, which is actually the halfway point of the Mercury retrograde, which is usually a great time to do the status check. What have you been learning this past week or two, depending on when you're watching this, regarding friends, regarding community, regarding your future aspirations, and your progressive side, and innovation, and freedom of being who you are, and contributing to things larger than yourself, whatever it might be pertaining to this, or the world at large for some of you focused on those matters. This is all 11th house. So now there's an illumination Tuesday, Wednesday, where there's now more awareness about what you've learned. And there could be some insight regarding this stuff here early in the week, which is, again, helping you learn more about this area. So that's what you want to do this week with Mercury retrograde. Just learn about all this 11th house stuff, try a bunch of new things, be flexible and adaptive, and that's going to be, again, assisting you with the new beginnings. Once we get into Friday, Mercury does go over Venus, suggesting the reevaluation of what you value, what you truly value regarding friends, regarding your future aspirations and contribution. And also re-examining your self-expression, what you find fun and enjoyable generally in your life, what's close to your heart in your life, or who's close to your heart in your life, reevaluating those things or those matters. And also reevaluating your career, Friday, with Mercury over Venus. She rules these areas. And your career is the area that's really going to be expanding going into 2018. You got Jupiter in that 10th house, just went in there, so you can have more expansion there. but re-examining your career, your productive life, your public image, things like this. And this is important to do because the actual new moon will be conjunct Venus. So there is going to be out of this not only a new beginning with your progressive side, but also a new beginning with your self-expression and your passions in life and the things you're passionate about and the people you're passionate about. And new beginnings with your career, your public image, your productive life. Okay. So this is what this whole cycle is starting about. So this weekend, really good to examine those things. Now the sun is going to be trining up to Uranus and squaring Chiron over the weekend as well, Friday, Saturday in this case. And this is supporting it. Uranus in your third house has been showing you the immense freedom of communication, of when you're expressing yourself or you're communicating, getting involved with your community or sharing ideas or learning, being willing to learn. And this would be very freeing energy for you this weekend and part of this whole new beginning, you know, this whole new perspective about sharing, exchanging, learning from others equally. And so great weekend for that stuff. And with the square to Chiron, there might be some wounds about it. So if any wounds do come up about any of this stuff, good to heal them this weekend. And that's really what we want to do as a prelude to this new beginning, is do that healing. Because again, it's the ending phase of the current cycle. It's about going within. It's about becoming more aware of this inner guidance that's surfacing in regards to what is being shed and what is becoming anew as a result of this. So great weekend to listen, sit with the energy, and this is all happening very naturally. It's really not anything we need to do, especially not the balsamic phase, the ending phase, as much as it's becoming aware of this metamorphosis that's happening within this old us that's dying and shedding, and this new one being reborn regarding these areas of life. So Capricorn, have a great week. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out the yearly forecast for 2018 if you haven't yet checked those out. I put those out last week. And also too, I'm running a 20% discount on readings for the holidays and the new year. So if you'd like a detailed look at 2018, be sure to check out that link. All right, so have a great one, Capricorn. Thanks for watching.